Hi everyone, day 2, and today I wanted to talk about loneliness. I think a lot of people feel particularly lonely during this time when most people get together with families and we see, happy pictures of people being together and loving this time, and then there are plenty of people who feel lonely even when we're surrounded by people. In fact, I frequently found myself in that state in my life, that even when I was surrounded by people, I felt lonely and disconnected. And I think a lot of people feel that, even that living alone is wrong, and not having a partner in life is bad, and not being together with many people during holidays is somehow wrong or bad or shouldn't be that way. There's a lot of judgment of where we find ourselves, which to me is a source of huge suffering for all of us when we resist what is. And what I'm finding is more and more, again, kind of the theme from yesterday's video, where we're never alone. This is what I am finding as absolute truth. We're never alone. We're always in relationship with parts of ourselves, everything around us, the nature, the birds, the objects in our house, people in our life, even people who are not in our life, who may still be kind of dialoguing with them in our mind or relating to them through our memories. So to me, when we say we feel lonely, it's a sign of a deeper disconnect. It's not so much that we're not, it's what I want to say, it's not about the physical aloneness. What hurts about that feeling of loneliness to me is more of our inability in this present moment to open to what is happening, to the relationships that are in fact available. And again, I want to mention that not all relationships are with other humans. It could be with animals, it could be with birds outside the window, it could be with plants in or around our house, it could be with the food that we take in, which was, grown by other people. It could be the comfy chair in which we're sitting that was created by other people. We're constantly in relationship with everything, and so we're never alone, besides the fact that we're connected to all that is, and energetically we're connected to everyone and everything. So then, in order to, for me, for example, when I feel lonely, if I imagine what it feels like in my body, it's a kind of constriction, and it's a kind of closure, a kind of almost protective armament. Whereas when I start allowing myself to relate to everything around me, whether the bird's song or a person who's passing by me on the street, it requires being open. It requires allowing this information in. It requires opening the door of that wall that we've kind of put around ourselves. And it requires a nervous system that is more in a state of regulation, where we actually can pause and take in the information that is available to us now. So that's kind of what I wanted to share about my experience of loneliness, and what it feels like when that sense of loneliness shows up. And so I wanted to invite you as well, if this resonates with you, try to see when you do, in those moments when you do feel lonely, what is actually going on, what feels like lacking, what feels like not enough. And then what if you were to connect to what is already present in your life, or who is already present in your life, or what other relationship can you notice and allow in what already is going on in your life, and see how that, if anything, changes. And maybe it doesn't, and that's okay, but I think it's interesting to explore this possibility and change our relationship with what feels like loneliness, or what we label as loneliness. All right, everyone, see you tomorrow.